When we first hit the road, almost 11 years ago at the time of this video, we had a Weber BBQ as our barbecue. And it served the purpose, it was just fine, but it just didn't provide the cooking experience that I enjoy. So from the BBQ, we went to a Green Mountain Davy Crockett. So that was a small smoker slash barbecue. I really enjoyed the Davy Crockett. It was a pellet grill. It would barbecue with sear steaks. It did everything I enjoy. But Diane is not a fan of smoked food. And regardless of what I did, how high I cooked on, she said that she tasted the smoke. So from the Davy Crockett, we sold that and we went to a Campchef, a 2-burner Campchef. It was called the Explorer, and it was the Explorer Pro. So it was a real nice unit, had the wind guards on it, had 2 burners. I carried this barbecue box. I carried a single burner griddle, and I also carried a double burner griddle. That thing would do every single thing we wanted. It was very versatile. It allowed me to barbecue, have a griddle handy, which was all that we needed as 2 people traveling. But yet if we wanted to do a big breakfast or some big meal for people and I wanted to use a griddle, I could take off the barbecue box, a single griddle, and put on that double griddle and make up a fantastic breakfast. And you know what? We had that for a few years. We carried that all over the country, and I really, really, really liked that unit. But I'm not getting any younger. And moving that 2-burner system in and out of the basement of the 5th wheel was a bit of a burden. In the 5th wheel, where I stow it at, I have to duck under the cap and put the unit in there. Well, that was starting to wear on me a little bit. We move a lot of times in the summer we move every week. So every week I was taking the barbecue out, putting the barbecue back in, and even though I loved it, I just kind of got tired of it. So I went on the search. I said, all right, I'm going to find something to take its place. I looked at a lot of different brands. I won't even mention those brands. But I decided to go with a single burner Campchef stove. So I got rid of the 2-burner. I got rid of the 2-burner griddle. I kept the barbecue box and I kept the single burner griddle. That was part of my decision, is that we already own those things, so it just made sense. And I bought this single burner Campchef stove. And I thought I'd give that a try for a while. Now I'm going to share with you a couple videos I've done right up here on the 2-burner Campchef stove. I wasn't doing YouTube stuff back in the BBQ and the Green Mountain days, so I can't share anything there. But I'm going to share those other videos with you right here. And then in this video, I'm going to talk to you how I feel about this change to the single burner. My mind was thinking single burner, easier to carry, easier to put in the basement. I still deal with the barbecue box. I still deal with the single burner griddle. I'm not dealing with the 2 burners and the 2-burner griddle. So that was my mindset. And I figured, you know what, most of the time we really do use the barbecue box. And if I want to switch it out to the griddle, it's only a couple minutes, right? I just get it out of the basement, I take this off, I put it in a bag, I put the griddle on it, I'm good to go. No time at all. Let me share some differences of the 2-burner and the single burner in the experiences that I've had so far. And we've had this now for almost a year. There you go. We're all set up. Okay, let's talk about some of the differences going from the 2-burner Campchef Explorer Pro to the single burner. Number one thing I noticed that bothered me is when you buy the single burner, it does not come with leveling legs. There's no levelers on the legs. So you can buy those separate, put them on the legs. It's an easy project. I did that. but they should come with leveling legs. Number 2, on the single burner Campchef, no windscreen. I can't believe that. Who wants a barbecue with no windscreen? You can't even buy a windscreen from Campchef. They just are not available. If you want something, you're going to have to fabricate something. Number 3, the single burner does not come with an electronic igniter. Who wants a barbecue without an electronic igniter? Not me. Do you? Anyway, so you can buy electronic igniters aftermarket and put those on, which I did. Not a big deal. So like I said, I've been using this for a little over a year right now, going to the single burner. The next big difference between the two, obviously, is going from a 2-burner to a 1-burner. The 2-burner, I always had the barbecue box on there and a single burner griddle. That worked out great for Diane and I. So I knew I was going to have to deal with that, so not a big deal. And I don't mind switching from the barbecue box to the single burner griddle. It takes me a minute or 2 minutes to make that change. It's not a big deal. Switching it out's nothing, I'll show you that. But you know what's hard about it? Is when I want to go back to the barbecue box, putting that griddle back in that stupid cover. Campchef doesn't make the cover right. They need to make that cover so it zips all the way around, so you can open the whole thing up, lay it down, close it, and zip it up. They zip 2 sides. Now you got to stand it up. You have to try and slide it down. I don't know. It's just not a good design. I'm tempted to cut out the seams on the other side and add a separate zipper just so I can open it up all the way. Anyway, poor design. So those are the main differences for me from going to the 2-burner Campchef Explorer Pro to the single burner, is I had to add those things on here to make it even close to what I want. Still not happy with no wind deflector. I'm not as happy with the way I can control the flame on this unit as I was a 2-burner. It should be exactly the same. It's the exact same burner inside here that came with the Explorer Pro. I bought the aftermarket igniter. I did not buy it from Campchef. Maybe I need to buy another one from Campchef. I'm not as happy with the igniter system. I can change that out. I can't blame Campchef other than not putting one on there. And I have not been as happy with the control of the flame on the single burner as I have was the Explorer Pro. I don't know why. It's the same burner. It should be the exact same controller, right? I'm not positive, but it should be. I just have a harder time controlling the flame. Part of it is not having the windshield. I don't know. Long story short, I was a lot more happy with the 2-burner. Not because of having to switch out components, but just overall cooking experience. I was far happier with the 2-burner. Now, with that being said, I've kind of been looking around. There is another brand out there. I'll say it, Blackstone. It's well known out there anymore. And they're well known for their griddles. The 22-inch, what is the other one, a 17-inch? But it's just a griddle. You're always using the griddle. And again, I love griddle. But if Blackstone ever comes out with something like this, it has an interchangeable barbecue box with a griddle, I would give Blackstone a try. Now, I did see one person take I don't know what it's called. It's a metal grate. And they put that metal grate on their griddle. So they seared the meat on the griddle side. Then they put that little, it's not a cookie sheet, but like a cooling rack for cookies. They put that on there, then they move their steak over on that to finish cooking it. I don't know how that would work. Doesn't seem real great to me. I might try that, but I will say if Blackstone you listen to Blackstone, you probably don't pay attention to my channel. If they ever come out with an interchangeable unit, barbecue box and griddle, I'll jump on the bandwagon and give it a try. Until then, though, I'm going to stick with Campchef. All right, there's my take on switching from the 2-burner Campchef Explorer Pro to the single-burner Campchef. That's my feelings on it. That's also my feelings on just having the griddle. So you people that have just a griddle, Blackstone owners, what do? Do you use that little cookie drying rack I'm describing? Do you put your steaks on the griddle, then put it on there? Are you getting any burn marks on there? Are you getting the grill marks? I don't know. Tell me what I'm missing. Tell me what I'm missing to get the open flame feel with the griddle. And the lid. You know, this has this lid that goes up and down. I've been looking at those Blackstones. They don't have a lid to put down over. You have a little cover that comes off and hangs on the back. Not as convenient in my mind. I don't know. Anyway, tell me what I'm missing. All right, well, if you enjoyed this video at all, how about a thumbs up? Consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Leave me a comment about what you use barbecuing. As always, have a great day. We'll see you in the next video.